In the heart of New York City lived a woman named Victoria Hale. She was rich, powerful, and known across Manhattan for her luxury fashion company. Victoria lived in a glass penthouse overlooking the city lights, wore expensive designer clothes, and walked with the confidence of someone who believed money could control everything. People admired her beauty and success, but few knew how cold her heart had become. One rainy evening, Victoria's driver stopped near a dirty roadside market in Brooklyn. As Victoria looked through the car window, she saw a thin young girl sitting beside a pile of garbage bags, shivering in the cold. The girl's name was Amara, a 16-year-old orphan who survived by cleaning tables in small restaurants for food scraps. Amara's clothes were torn, her slippers broken, but her eyes still carried hope. Victoria suddenly became interested in her. "Bring that girl," she ordered her driver. Amara was terrified when she entered the luxurious car for the first time in her life. Victoria offered her food, warm clothes, and a place to stay. To Amara, it felt like God had finally answered her prayers. The next morning, Victoria announced to her rich friends that she had rescued a poor street girl. Newspapers praised her kindness. Social media called her an angel. But behind the closed doors of the penthouse, the truth was different. Victoria never treated Amara like a human being. She forced the young girl to wake up before sunrise to clean the entire mansion. Amara scrubbed floors with bleeding hands, washed expensive dishes, ironed clothes for hours, and was never allowed to rest. If she made the smallest mistake, Victoria screamed at her. "You should be grateful I saved you from the streets," Victoria would shout. Sometimes she refused to give Amara proper food. Other times she insulted her in front of guests. "This girl came from dust," Victoria laughed one evening during a party. "Without me, she would be begging outside." The guests laughed while Amara stood silently holding trays of drinks, fighting back tears. Months passed. Amara became thinner and weaker. The same woman who claimed to save her had turned her life into another prison. One winter night, Amara collapsed while carrying heavy shopping bags through the snow. Victoria looked at her with annoyance instead of concern. "You're useless," she said coldly. But that night changed everything. An elderly neighbor named Mrs. Thompson saw Amara crying alone outside the building. She listened to the young girl's story and secretly contacted a local charity organization. Soon, Victoria's abuse was exposed. The newspapers that once praised Victoria now filled their headlines with shocking stories about how she mistreated the girl she claimed to rescue. Her reputation collapsed overnight. Business partners abandoned her company. Friends disappeared. Victoria sat alone in her penthouse, staring at the empty city lights she once ruled. Meanwhile, Amara was taken into a safe shelter where she finally experienced genuine kindness for the first time in years. She returned to school, learned fashion design, and slowly rebuilt her life. Years later, Amara opened her own small clothing store in Brooklyn. Above the entrance was a simple sign: "Kindness is not control." And every time she saw a struggling child on the street, she remembered exactly how it felt to rise from the dust, and she promised herself never to become like the woman who once claimed to save her.